The WWE Universe just witnessed something that nobody saw coming, and if you think you know what happened between Adam Pearce and Bronson Reed, you're dead wrong. What went down last night wasn't just a confrontation, it was a calculated act of revenge that's about to tear the entire WWE landscape apart, and the footage that's surfacing right now is going to make your blood boil. Bronson Reed thought he was untouchable. He thought his vicious assault on Roman Reigns would go unanswered. He thought wrong. And Adam Pearce just proved that even general managers have their breaking point, delivering a shot so brutal, so unexpected, that it's got everyone from Triple H to The Rock questioning everything they thought they knew about WWE's power structure. But here's what makes this story absolutely insane: this isn't just about one confrontation. This is about a systematic breakdown of authority, a complete obliteration of the corporate hierarchy, and a revenge plot that's been brewing behind the scenes for months. The evidence I'm about to show you will completely change how you view everything that's happened in WWE over the past year. Bronson Reed's attack on Roman Reigns wasn't random. It wasn't a heat-of-the-moment decision. It was a deliberate assault orchestrated to send a message to WWE management, and that message was crystal clear: the inmates are running the asylum. Reed didn't just target Roman because he's the face of the company, he targeted him because he knew it would force Adam Pearce into an impossible position. Think about it. Roman Reigns isn't just any superstar, he's WWE's golden boy, their biggest draw, their most protected asset. When Reed launched the devastating attack, he wasn't just attacking a wrestler, he was attacking everything WWE stands for. He was challenging the very foundation of sports entertainment, and he was daring management to do something about it. But Reed made one critical mistake. He underestimated Adam Pearce. For months, we've watched Pearce navigate the political minefield of WWE management, always the diplomat, always the peacekeeper, always trying to maintain order in a universe built on chaos. He's been the punching bag for frustrated superstars, the target of complaints from entitled wrestlers, and the scapegoat when things go wrong. But what Reed didn't realize is that behind that corporate facade lies a man who spent years in the ring, a man who knows exactly how to fight, and a man who's been pushed too far. The footage that leaked from backstage shows a side of Adam Pearce that WWE never wanted you to see. This wasn't the measured, diplomatic general manager we're used to. This was a man possessed, a man who had watched one of his biggest stars get brutalized and decided that enough was enough. The look in Pearce's eyes as he confronted Reed wasn't just anger, it was pure, unbridled fury. But here's where this story gets absolutely wild. Multiple sources are telling me that this confrontation wasn't spontaneous. Adam Pearce had been planning this response for weeks, waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at Reed. He knew Reed's attack on Roman was coming, and he let it happen specifically so he could justify what he was about to do. That's right, Adam Pearce used Roman Reigns as bait. The shot Pearce delivered to Reed's face wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment reaction. It was calculated, precise, and designed to send a message that reverberates through every locker room, every corporate boardroom, and every WWE facility worldwide. That message crossed the line and faced the consequences. Sources close to the situation are telling me that WWE's board of directors is in complete chaos over this incident. Half of them want Pearce fired immediately for crossing professional boundaries. The other half want him promoted for finally showing some backbone. Triple H is reportedly caught in the middle, trying to maintain order while secretly admiring Pearce's decisive action. But the real bombshell is what happened after the cameras stopped rolling. Reed, stunned by Pearce's retaliation, allegedly threatened to walk out of WWE entirely. He felt that management had crossed a line, that a general manager physically confronting a talent was unprecedented and unprofessional. What Reed doesn't understand is that he created this situation when he decided to make Roman Reigns his personal punching bag. The ramifications of this confrontation are already being felt throughout the entire WWE roster. Superstars are picking sides, choosing whether to support Reed's position that management overstepped their bounds, or Pearce's stance that actions have consequences. The locker room is more divided than it's been in years, and this division is about to explode into something much bigger than anyone anticipated. Kathy Kelly tried to get an exclusive interview with both men after the incident, but WWE's legal department shut it down immediately. They're terrified of what either man might say, terrified of the lawsuits that could follow, terrified of the precedent this sets for future conflicts between management and talent. But here's what they can't control: the footage exists, the witnesses saw everything, and the story is spreading like wildfire through social media. Fans are demanding answers, they're demanding justice, and they're demanding to see more confrontations like this one. The truth is, this incident represents everything that's wrong and everything that's right with WWE simultaneously. It's wrong because it blurs the lines between corporate management and in-ring competition. But it's right because it shows that even authority figures have limits, even diplomats can become warriors, and even the most measured responses can become explosive when pushed too far. Bronson Reed's attack on Roman Reigns was meant to establish his dominance, to prove that he's a force that can't be controlled. Instead, it unleashed something far more dangerous, a general manager who's decided that playing by the rules isn't working anymore. The psychological impact of Pearce's retaliation on Reed cannot be understated. For months, Reed has been building his reputation as an unstoppable monster, a man who destroys everything in his path without consequences. In one moment, Adam Pearce shattered that perception. He proved that Reed isn't untouchable, isn't unstoppable, and certainly isn't beyond accountability. But this story gets even more complex when you consider the political implications within WWE's corporate structure. Adam Pearce isn't just any employee, he's a direct representative of WWE management, handpicked by Triple H and trusted with enormous responsibility. When he struck Reed, he wasn't acting as Adam Pearce the individual, he was acting as WWE management itself. This creates an unprecedented situation where WWE's official authority has physically confronted a performer over a storyline attack. The lines between reality and sports entertainment have been completely obliterated, and nobody knows how to navigate this new landscape. Industry insiders are whispering about potential legal ramifications, about assault charges, about contract violations, about unprecedented territory that WWE has never had to navigate before. Reed could potentially sue for workplace harassment. Pearce could face criminal charges. WWE could be held liable for the actions of their management. Yet despite all these potential consequences, early reports suggest that fan reaction has been overwhelmingly positive. Social media is exploding with support for Pearce's actions, with fans praising him for finally standing up to a bully, for protecting Roman Reigns, for showing that management won't tolerate unprovoked attacks on their top stars. The timing of this incident is also suspicious. We're approaching a major pay-per-view event, and this confrontation has generated more buzz than any storyline WWE has produced in months. Some cynics are suggesting that this entire situation was orchestrated as an elaborate work, designed to blur reality and fiction in a way that generates unprecedented interest. But the sources I've spoken with insist this was real, that Pearce's anger was genuine, that Reed's shock was authentic, and that WWE management is scrambling to control a situation that spiraled far beyond their expectations. What makes this story absolutely captivating is how it exposes the inherent tensions within WWE's corporate structure. General managers are supposed to be neutral arbitrators, corporate representatives who maintain order without getting personally involved. But they're also human beings with emotions, with loyalties, and with breaking points. Adam Pearce reached his breaking point when Bronson Reed attacked Roman Reigns, and his response has fundamentally changed the power dynamic within WWE. No longer can wrestlers assume that management will simply absorb their aggression without consequences. No longer can they treat general managers as powerless corporate figureheads. The footage of Pearce's strike is being analyzed frame by wrestling experts, who note the precision and technique behind what appeared to be a spontaneous reaction. This wasn't a wild swing born of emotion, this was a calculated strike delivered by someone who knows exactly how to fight. But perhaps the most shocking aspect of this entire situation is how it reflects real tensions within WWE's locker room. Sources suggest that many wrestlers have been frustrated with management's perceived weakness, their inability to control increasingly aggressive performers, their tendency to negotiate rather than take decisive action. Pearce's confrontation with Reed sends a clear message that era of perceived weakness is over. The question now becomes what happens next. Reed has been publicly humiliated by a general manager, his reputation as an unstoppable force has been damaged, and his credibility as a monster heel has been called into question. How does he respond? How does he regain the momentum he's lost? More importantly, how does WWE management handle the precedent that's been set? If Adam Pearce can physically confront a performer over their actions, what's to stop other authority figures from doing the same? What's to stop wrestlers from retaliating against management? Triple H is reportedly working overtime to contain this situation, but early indications suggest that both Pearce and Reed are refusing to back down. Neither man is willing to apologize, neither man believes they were wrong, and both are demanding that the other face consequences for their actions. This standoff has created a powder keg situation that could explode at any moment. Every interaction between Pearce and Reed going forward will be scrutinized, every backstage encounter will be analyzed, and every public statement will be dissected for signs of continued animosity. The WWE Universe is watching this situation unfold with unprecedented interest, because it represents something they rarely get to see: genuine conflict between management and talent that transcends storylines and touches on real emotions, real tensions, and real consequences. What started as Bronson Reed's attack on Roman Reigns has evolved into something much larger, a fundamental challenge to WWE's authority structure, a test of management's willingness to fight back, and a precedent-setting moment that will influence how conflicts are handled for years to come. Adam Pearce's strike against Bronson Reed wasn't just retaliation, it was a declaration of war.